Hey, so I felt the need to do a part two to why can't I amicably settle with Haverkamp as opposed to taking them to court. Now, I wanted to add a couple things here. I've said in past videos that I don't think I have a chance of winning my initial court case against Haverkamp whenever it goes down. And the reason for that is, as I've stated before, the owners and higher ups at Haverkamp are members of Cornerstone Church. They're on the elder team there. And Cornerstone Church has a lot of pull in this town. So I don't feel like I can get a fair trial or a fair hearing, rather. It's not really a trial because it's a civil matter. But I don't believe that I can get a fair hearing as a plaintiff against Haverkamp Properties in Ames for that reason, because of the whole Cornerstone network and how much influence they have. Now, so my plan is to allow myself to lose that first court case, collect more information and evidence in my favor, and then come back to court in another location. But there is a small chance that I could win this case right here in Ames. And the reason for that is because when word starts to get around that somebody's suing Haverkamp, and it will, Haverkamp has engaged in a lot of practices over the years that are less than Christian and less than ethical, even if you're not a Christian. There's a lot of stuff with regard to how they return security deposits, among a bunch of other things that I'm not even going to mention because I'm keeping those close to my chest. I can't reveal every part of my plan here on video because then, that could get torn apart before I ever have a chance to use it in my favor. But there's a lot of things that Haverkamp has done over the years that they don't necessarily want publicity for. And if they get that publicity will work in my favor. And the best part is I don't even have to be a part of that. There's so many people that are so mad at Haverkamp for so many different reasons. A lot of college students' parents, because there's been so many different things over the years. And Haverkamp has done some of this stuff to me too, but I've just let it go because I was basically happy here. But either way, I do have a small chance of a victory here in Ames, winning in my first attempt, because of the fact that Haverkamp will probably not want the negative publicity that will come with people finding out about this case, because once people start finding about this case, they're going to start putting all their gripes with Haverkamp out there in the public sphere. And that's a lot of bad publicity for Haverkamp. Haverkamp's not going to want that. And it's going to point back to Cornerstone since most of these employees, and especially the higher up employees, are elders at Cornerstone Church. So it's going to reflect back on Cornerstone, and Cornerstone's not going to want that either. So I do have that little bit of a chance to win the very first court date that I attempt. I don't expect it. I expect to lose, and I expect I expect to have to bring it back before court a second time and possibly a third time in another city in order to gain victory. But like I said, I'm in it for the long haul. But because of all the negative stuff about Haverkamp and the stuff that's out there and the stuff that will kind of come to light once the people around here figure out that Haverkamp is getting sued, that publicity is not going to help them, and it's not going to help Cornerstone. So I feel like that would maybe work in my favor in court to the point where I might win in one shot, which would be great. So that's all. But yeah, it's not possible for me to handle this outside of court, because even if I sit here and do nothing, Brooke is going to figure out some way to keep messing with me and eventually evict me. And I mean, evict me for what? I've always been a quiet tenant. I've always paid my rent on time. Never had a behavioral issue here. I don't deserve to have an eviction on my record. And I don't deserve to have somebody constantly hunt me, use their landlord powers to sort of hunt for me and bother me when all I'm trying to do is have some peace and quiet in my own home. So that's all.